Today we're going to do a touristy thing. We're in Northern California and we're going to take a drive and go in and see the Trees of Mysteries. So come along with us. And if you enjoy, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching.
City of mine, how I love the city of
Call me wide-eyed, simple-minded. I've been blinded. I'm on a merry-go-round. I got this fever, baby, going through my body. I feel like shaking the ground. Call me lovesick, like I bother. There's no other. I'd beg, borrow, and steal. I wanna do right by you.
In this video, we are heading to the Trees of Mysteries in Klamath, California. It's about a 35-minute drive, straight up 101, easy drive. This is something we did many, many years ago. Sometimes it's fun to revisit a site from your past. Here's a little Google Earth to give you some perspective of where we're at and where we're going. 101 is a beautiful drive with stunning views along the way, and I'll show you some of that after we get to the Trees of Mystery on our way back to camp. I know you've arrived when you see Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox. Parking is free at Trees of Mystery, and they do have some RV parking, although I'm not sure for big rigs. You'd have to check on that. There's also a motel, so if you're traveling not in an RV, they do have a motel there. They do allow pets on the trail, not on the canopy everywhere else. And there is a museum, a gift shop, and a forest cafe. There are some educational stops along the way, like this canoe. Several Native American tribes in California's northern coast traditionally used redwood dugout canoes for transportation, fishing, and other purposes. These canoes were crafted by carving out large redwood logs. This is an example of one of the dugouts. This is a really pretty hike, basically, through here. It is not handicapped accessible. There's no wheelchair accessible, but it's a fairly easy hike, but it is a little bit uphill. Here we're just starting the hike. I'm just going to include some of the sites. Like this is Elephant Tree, and you can see why they call it that. And I'll show you some of the main points. The upside down tree is a tree that has two trunks and two root structures. One tree horizontal and one tree vertical growing together. Note that the horizontal tree is always seeking sunlight. So this is kind of just to give you an idea of what this area is or what Trees of Mysteries are if you're coming to this area. It was a fun hike for us. It was more out of nostalgia for us. It's definitely a tourist trap. You can get better views of the trees from some of the drives like Ladybird, Johnson Groves, or some of the other redwoods that are free, or the Howland Hill that we did up in Crescent City, Howland Hill Road, free and better views. But this is a fun stop if you're coming here. But just know, you get up close and personal to some of the coastal redwoods, but there's just as many free spots you could go. And this is a little pricey, I think. But there are some unique features, so I'll give you some clips of that. And I hope you enjoy just our brief tour of Trees of Mysteries in case you're coming to the area. This is where the canopy hike started, and you're not allowed to take pets up there. We decided not to climb the canopy, but it's pretty cool. It reminded us of Star Wars in the movie where they had the little Ewoks. So pretty cool little area and fun, but we didn't do the canopy, but it is a cool little area. This is the one they call Cathedral Tree, and the people actually have weddings there. So pretty cool. We've slowed down, Vic. What do you think? Is it like you remember?
Yep.
Pretty much?
Yep.
Worth coming to?
Nope.
Oh, don't be that way. It is, and you know it. It's something different. It is pricey, though. That's a little pricey. Pricier than I remember. Apparently, I carried my Nikon camera and all that for nothing because none of my pictures, I either lost the footage or they, for whatever, didn't save. So there are none of my footage. You see me stopping with the camera taking. I got none of that, but you get the idea of what it looked like here, and that's really what I wanted to do with this video, was just kind of give you an idea of what you can expect at Trees of Mystery. One other thing to note is when you reach the top with the gondola, there is a view, sort of. It's not a great view, but that's all there is at the top. Now you can take the trail and hike all the way up there and hike back down, or take the gondola up and then hike down. But it does say it's a strenuous trail, so keep that in mind. Needless to say, we did not do that one, but there is a strenuous trail if you're an overachiever. Overall, this is just a fun, nice, quiet hike in the woods. Not really alone, but a nice, easy hike, wandering through the trees, and a good way to spend a couple hours. You could do more if you did the strenuous hike, but it is very pretty. There is the catwalk up in the canopy walk up in the trees. You could do that. We didn't do that. It's just climbing up and walking through the canopy. And but nice, easy afternoon. So you've seen, basically there's some unique sights and some kitschy things here. We're going to take a little walk through the gift shop and the museum and let you see what that looks like. The hike ends just before the gift shop with its route stump with dates on it showing from 1096 up to whenever this tree was cut. So pretty cool. And here's a quick little glimpse into a typical gift shop, but they've got, different things. You can buy a redwood tree if you wanted, and some geodes and t-shirts and all the good stuff. And then we'll give you a few clips through the museum, which is really pretty good. They've got a pretty decent museum there. And they have some like handmade gifts you can buy, like earrings that are supposedly made by local natives, but pretty cool little gift shop, cool little museum. to end up the day. So it is a fun couple hours you can spend here exploring, and then we'll start our drive back. So we had a fun couple hours here, but now it's time to say goodbye to Paul Bunyan and the Blue Ox and start our drive back. So I'm going to include just a few clips of the drive back. There are some stunning views along the way and some cool little towns. We're not going that far. It's only 30 minutes, so not a lot, but there are some cool views. But I'll just give you a few clips of the drive so that you can get an idea for the feel of 101. There are several places you can pull out. And it does get foggy or a haze along the coast because of the Pacific Ocean and I don't know, it gets a haze. So sometimes you do have to watch out for that. And you have to watch out for the logging trucks. But easy drive, even in the camper. So hope you enjoy this ride. We had a great time revisiting Trees of Mystery, and just the drive up 101 is just gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed this, and you'll like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff, and we'll catch y'all down the road. This is A Way to Travel.